Hello, thank you for staying with us and welcome to Face Off. I am Nelta Igwe. Now, this week opened with a statement that many people thought shouldn't be coming from a governor, and a lot of other people said, yes, it was apt. What he said, as they say, he who wears the shoes knows where it pinches the most. And so the governor of Borno State knows where the pinch is the hardest, and that's why he had to speak up. But the people of Borno State also have reason to cry out. They also have needs, they also have fears. They've not been able to go about their life as they would have a couple of years before today. So what is the way forward? How do we curb? How should the insurgency be curbed? Is it the government that is not doing what they ought to do? In other words, are the security men not equipped, as he said, as much as the insurgents? Or is it that the people are not properly cared for? Now, I'm choosing my words somewhat carefully here. What is the situation in Borno State? Why are things the way out? There's a state of emergency that has curtailed the movement of the people. They do not have phone services or internet service, at least somewhat partially. But still, things are the way they are. The state of emergency has been extended. How do we end this as quickly as possible so that the people of Borno State, and indeed the northeastern part of the country, can go about their lives? Does the state government need to do they need to step down? Do they need to step aside so that the military can do their thing? Are they hindering the military in any way? Are the people even considered in all of this question? These are some of the questions that are going back and forth, and that's what we're hoping will get sorted out today on Face Off. And I have two gentlemen in the studio. One of them is a legal practitioner, and the other is a security expert, Mr. Fred Nzako is a legal practitioner. Thank you.
Thank you.
He's looking at the fact that the people of Borno and indeed the northeastern part of Nigeria are not getting their lives together owing to the situation as it is over there. And Mr. Meka Nwanevu feels that the security and indeed the government are doing their utmost best to end the situation as it is right now. Gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you.
You have a few seconds each to state your claim, then we'll go on a quick break. And I begin with you.
Okay. It goes without saying that the security situation in the Northeast is so terrible that the lives of the people in Northeast have been terribly trampled upon by the activities of the insurgents and by the inactivities or inaction of government and its security agencies. And despite the fact that a state of emergency has been declared, the first one expired, it has been extended, cutting off the freedom of the people without giving them room to live a normal life devoid of fear, devoid of trepidation. Yet we are not seeing visible, very strong, convincing, visible effect of the efforts of government and security agencies. And I strongly believe that the rights of the people, the freedom of the people, the security of the people, the free movement enshrined by the Constitution and all chapters of this world, of the people of the Northeast and especially of Borno State, must be utmost in all calculations, in all activities, and in all actions and acts of government, including the security agencies.
All right, thank you.
Very well. For me, I think the government is doing the best it can do, given the limitations and rules of engagement when it comes to security situation like this. For me, it's a war situation in Borno State and in all those littoral states that we have a state of emergency declared. And as far as we know, there are challenges when it comes to enforcement of rules of engagement. Civil society organizations in Nigeria have been shouting. International agencies like Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, they've been talking about human rights abuses. And so the government, while trying to ensure that normalcy is restored in these states, is also being careful not to overrun the entire state and, of course, make the place completely not accessible to the people who actually are supposed to live in those states as citizens. And we have cases, like Zaki Biam and Odi, that we have been overrun in previous cases like this. So the government is doing something that is tangible, but maybe we're not there yet.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll continue with our conversation, curbing the insurgency in the northeastern part of the country. Please stay with us and don't go away. Welcome back. We're discussing curbing the insurgency in the Northeast, and you can be a part of our conversation. Use the mails faceoff at channelcv.com or tweet at faceoff today or at Nelta Igbe and use the hashtag Boko Haram. But the governor of Borno State had a few words to say that will come back to the questions on ground. Let's listen to Governor Shetima's interview once again.
What we are being confronted with is that we are in a state of war. This is what I came to update Mr. President on. And the sooner we stop playing the ostrich and rise up to the challenges of the day and marshal all resources towards neutralizing the antics of the Boko Haram, the better for all of us. But the bottom line is we need more resources. We need more boots on ground. In all fairness to officers and men of the Nigerian army and police, they are doing their best given the circumstances they have found themselves in. But honestly, the Boko Haram are better armed and better motivated than our own troops. And believe me, I'm an eternal optimist, as I've always said, but I'm also a realist. Given the present state of affairs, it's absolutely impossible for us to defeat the Boko Haram. I make it emphatically clear to Mr. President that the Boko Haram are better armed and better motivated. Anybody who is following events in this country can give testimony to the fact that they're having a very smooth cell, overrunning communities, killing people. Have we ever succeeded in thwarting any of their plans? They went to Kokonduga. They did what they wanted to do. They held sway for over 4 or 5 hours before they left. They were in Kauri. They went to Izge. And I don't blame the Nigerian military, honestly. We, the leaders, should be held responsible for a failure of leadership.
Okay, that was the governor of Borno State, Kashim Shettima, talking about the situation in the Northeast. Okay, Mr. Zako,
yes.
You gave your opening statement first, so fire the first question.
Well, the question simply is, when will Boko Haram insurgency be curbed? When? Recall that in the recent past, before the former military chiefs were removed, retired, they had given April a deadline. April is next 2 months. And then when the new chiefs came in, they shifted the goalpost to September. And now we are even looking at, is there may hope and may wish that Boko Haram insurgency be stopped or curbed by the end of the year. And then from the statement of the governor of Borno State, he has not given any glimmer of hope that we are going to win this war against the insurgents. My question is, to my colleague, is when will Boko Haram insurgency be curbed?
Maybe because you're just looking at it from the maybe legalese point of view. Those of us who look at it from the security point of view know that the process is on to end the insurgency. And security is not like you eat breakfast and you are sure of when you are going to eat lunch. No.
When you say the process is on, the process has always been on.
What do you want to see? You want to see a situation where, are you one of those who would say that the headquarters of all security agencies in Nigeria should be relocated to the Northeast? Is it what you want to see?
No.
That means for kidnapping, they should relocate headquarters to the Southeast. For armed robbery, they should relocate to the Southwest. Is that what you want to see?
What we want is an end to insurgency.
Now, let me tell you why.
It's as simple as that.
Before now, if you
have lasted over 6 months and has been extended,
of course,
and
you remember,
the people are still suffering under the yoke of the emergency and under the yoke of the soldiers.